No more gods, no more graves, all you friend or fiend. Might get like one more power rush. No more life, no more death.
Power Rush 5000, and that will be the part name.
Somewhere in between.
And that will be the part name for when you get all the Power Rushes. And also, something I find funny, because I had questioned this, someone literally did a video where...
I believe they're exactly 38.
Someone did...
Hold on.
34.
Oh, yeah, no. That's fine. I just... One more is a buffer. No, damn it! Damn it! Hold on, I'm clicking buttons. Guys, I completely forgot how to Paper Mario.
Yeah, and so did Nintendo.
Also, we didn't comment on it.
Is that Don Pianta?
Yeah.
Why is he here? Only bad stuff can happen when the, boss is actually in the casino. Someone's kneecaps are about to be busted.
She did it!
Anyway, because I questioned this, I believe
So, last time we played, and I am trying to remember how to... Oh, wait. I'm trying to remember multiple things, and I remembered one. So, I might rectify this in the part where I bring it up. I explained all of this wrong. So, and I might just steal part of the one guy's clip and give full credit. It's a YouTube.
Link in the description. You can still do that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If I steal part of his clip, it's not my footage.
That's why I was like, link in the
And only using part of it is really good at educational content if I didn't do that when we initially brought this up, but I will repeat it here. So, the lock badge is actually, not first prize, it's a prize down. First prize is a attack badge. And first prize is the one that is a margin of about a year. Second prize is about, I believe, 80 days. Fourth prize is only about, like, 10 days. So you can buy a ticket and get fourth prize realistically in about a week. It is not...
the amount of time it takes for the shampoo to evolve.
That was 2 weeks.
Oh, wait, yeah. Anyway, what I was going to say, because I had questioned, and I find it funny, that's like, after we record and I questioned someone getting, like, all the Piantas, someone, I believe, streamed the game, I think it was, like, for nearly 3 or 4 months, literally just...
Did I drop by the 1,000-year door yet?
You could open the map to see if...
Wait,
or, because we're right there, literally just go, talk to Frankly. Anyway, there is a video of someone getting max Pianta tokens, because of course the internet would do that.
Nope, I walked past it like an idiot. I never actually
And I believe the max count, I think it was 4 9s.
My point with the lottery, it's not random. I had that right. But the way the lottery works is every prize can only be ginned X amount of time from when you buy the ticket.
Yes.
First prize is in a margin of about a year.
Oh. What is the first prize if the luck badge is the...
It's a power plus. And you can only get first and second prize once. I love doing that.
But like we brought up, you can just skip ahead with the system clock, so yeah.
But you do need to skip ahead, and always, every day you skip, check within your margins. The one guy's video explains the margins better than I did, because I couldn't remember what the margins were.
That's one of those, because as the internet does, didn't someone make a calculator for, like, based on the day you buy the ticket, how much you should, like...
No, because it was data mined, you don't need a calculator. You just shoot within the margins.
And I'm sure those will be on some Wikipedia somewhere.
They're in the one guy's video! No, when I said about a year, there's the margin is it's not like exactly within the amount of days that make up a year. You have to pick the day that might gym the ticket. Check? No. Check the next day? No. Check the next day? No. Check the next day? No. Check the next day if you get it? Yes. The margins. I had it wrong and I thought the luck badge was number 1. It's number 2.
Also, I haven't been taught throughout this, but all of the crystal stars are actually named after different gemstones. The final one is, I believe, diamond. If you go look at the crystal stars in the one list, you will actually only...
Now, if I'm remembering right, unfortunately, I've made a grave error.
Yeah, we're playing 1,000-Year Door.
Damn it! I did make an error. Fucking hell.
Alright.
Something I forgot about.
Alright.
This stupid part of this game. Motherfucker literally cannot solve the problem immediately and does have to do research. So if I had done this before doing the pit, I would have wasted enough time.
How much time do you have to...
I believe it's 2 minutes. So I have to... Damn it. Okay, on. I literally can't continue. I'm hard capped. So I'm just gonna run around like a jackass. You literally have to wait. Actually, one more here. Hold on. Let's just check some stuff.
Useless.
But Hammerman.
Useless.
Okay, Hammerman is good.
Oh yeah, Hammerman and Jumpman can be good, but to make them good, it's one of those... I think you need to stack like 2 of them.
While we you know what? We literally have like 2 minutes. Let's just... It's not...
I was going to say, are there like any other troubles we would want to do, because we could literally use going to do a trouble to waste this
Not
time.
Immediately. I'm seeing if there's anything I want.
Considering the amount of... Considering the amount...
This was first prize.
Of power we...
Have not really. Okay. Yeah.
The most would maybe be super appeal, but it's still kind of worthless because we're in a scenario where we don't really need any points. Plus,
We'll go back in a minute.
plus we have in the why would you design a game like this? If you get an appeal off of Goombella's tattle, that I believe fills up like half of a single like node. That's like one of the best stylish in the game for some
If you
fucking
tattle
reason.
something and appeal with her, you get a fuck ton of points.
Like I said, it's like half of a single node.
I'll just run around like an idiot. Now, to be fair with this, it's not that bad, but...
But it's another moment of padding. This is one of those moments where, like I've said before, I feel like if a modern Paper Mario game did this, people
Should
would
be fine.
People would complain about it being padding, but this game does it, and...
Yep.
But this game does it, and it's charming. Like how there's
Oh, no. Wait. Yeah, it's still... Okay. Still got like a minute, I guess.
This is one of those moments where I really do feel like if a modern Paper Mario did this, everyone would complain about how padding it is or how it stretches the joke out too much, but because the Sacred Cow 1,000-Year Door does it, no one complains. And I actually have proof of that. Now, to be fair, I think this was like 5 minutes, so it's longer. Bowser's Inside Story does this exact same thing at some point, and everyone complains about that.
Yep.
Even though that moment in even though that moment in Bowser's Inside Story where you literally have to put the game down for a set amount of time, I think it's if you press, it's like, I believe it's L R, then I think it's X, Y, B, A in that order.
Pipe the
You
far
ju-
outpost beneath Rogueport.
You
But,
just skip the one section.
hidden. You need something called an Ultra Hammer to get it. An Ultra Hammer? Hey, right on. We already got one of those.
Okay, to be
Well, I see. That certainly changes the subject now, doesn't it?
okay, to be fair,
Yeah.
and I would actually love to see if this works. If you go get the Ultra Hammer in the middle of this, if the timer is running during that tutorial, you could use that. So, and because you get it right before he says you need it, you still get the dialogue of the we already have one of those.
Whatever, we're good. Not hard. It's a small waste of time. In between recordings, just hanging out in some streams and watching some stuff, like a channel doing a ranking with their friends of ranking all the partners in this game, and that turned into a shit show level of argument where,
Of course it does.
even though
Because it's the type of a thing, whereas the internet, like, commonly does, there are certain, like, sets, like, as, you know, an example here, I think that Yoshi is probably the best party member in the game because...
Okay, they all thought the Yoshi was amazing, but they all hate Miss Mouse and said, like, and I'm sorry, I will defend Miss Mouse because their entire thing's like, why do we need a character that has, like, crap piercing damage when you can just use these other skills of more important characters that pierce? Because those other skills are optional and Miss Mouse pierces by default.
Not just optional, they cost FP. Like, something I will admit, it's one of those is true, though you're gonna have to take bump attack off to get the tattles. The horror.
No, I'm not.
Oh wait, you...
Not for...
All the enemies here were in the pit, right?
I'm pretty sure.
I thought there was one that wasn't.
No, in the base part. Because...
Wait, yeah, I believe the far outpost, it should just be the... It should be the puff and the piranha plant.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's magically red, green,
'Cause they're-
glass, banana,
They're listed by anime because you
Yeah.
see, like, pale piranha, frost piranha, far outpost.
Yeah.
I said it's listed by anime, you would need to find the puffs now.
Ice Pop, 69.
Nice.
It should just be those guys,
Okay, huh.
I think. If I see something... I think there's also a shine on one of these screens.
Anyway, it was like the Miss Mouse thing, and you know, we briefly talked about that a bit because I said a lot of people think Miss Mouse is the worst party member when we get her.
Yeah, Ice Pop.
I can?
Oh, there it is!
How the fuck are you supposed to see that?
When you walk this way, you can... Yeah, there's an Ice Puff. Ice Puff. Star Piece. Piranha. Yeah. God, I love.
It is just those two anime.
Oh, I get to show my favorite thing. Because you're just...
Though, well, though
I'm all hitbox, boys.
though, like, this is one of those, this area leads to a kind of a funny a thing and stuff, you know, if you're not doing it with a bump attack, we have, for one, because those enemies are, you know, ice enemies, they are super weak to, like, fire and stuff, so Vivian is okay there, but that then leads to the thing about, like, especially with what's gonna happen in a minute, I have time for this rant. Like I said, I can halfway agree with the Miss Mouse thing. The reason I say halfway, the one use she does have is every other piercing move or high damage move, like Yoshi.
What's in there?
There's a shine sprite.
Just looking for this.
Every other piercing move or, again, high damage move, they all take FP because...
He's maxed. She's maxed. He's maxed. She's not.
I think it's just...
Shit.
Oh, it's literally just Miss Mouse.
I'm missing one shine sprite.
Is there one?
I think there is one in the base. I'm like pretty sure there is a Shine Sprite in the base. I think. I'm like almost positive. And I might take a small cut and make sure.
Because the area we're going to go to for a hot minute is one of the game's small points of no return.
Pretty sure I know exactly where that is.
And, give me a minute to... While I will agree other characters are better than Miss Mouse, I said her having an attack, like a defense piercing on her basic attack without FP, I do think that is kind of a good thing, because like I said, one of the problems with this game is because you use FP to deal with so many problems. There are certain scenarios where 693 coins of 69, nice. Anyway, there are scenarios where I feel like you don't have enough FP, because we talked about that before, and that's why I think she is okay. Though, with that being said, especially, like, brought up in the chapter, having a defense piercing in, like, the chapter you can get her, because you get her right before the island, is actually pretty okay because of fighting the bulky bombs and the, like, buzzy beetles and stuff in the cave.
Oh, wait!
In the cave on the island.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I checked a list for something. I know what I forgot about. I'm a complete idiot. Hold on.
Hey, we have bump attack, so it's a mild inconvenience.
I know the shine I'm missing now, and I checked the list.
I can't remember if
It's funny because it's been so long, I thought I grabbed it. But I needed those shines to max out character anyway.
Because we were going to max everyone out just for the sake of doing it. Anyway, I can't remember if I said...
Hold on. So, let's look at it this way. Okay, it wasn't in the base. I can admit, like, I forgot where the shine was for a microsecond.
Ah, fake fan.
No, it is one I mentioned. It was over here. It's just we recorded, and I had it in my head that I grabbed this.
Well, you know, you're a fake fan if you don't remember every minute detail of your favorite game.
I don't think I grabbed this one. On. Otherwise, I missed one. That's going to be extra embarrassing. I'll double check this, though. Oh, shit.
Looks like we did.
Oh, goddammit. Hold on. Hold on, I gotta look at the list. What the fuck? Oh, wait! No. No. I know what it is now. I don't think we went back for this. I still need to come back here anyway. Hold on. Pretty sure it's the one in the boat. Because I got the 2. That's what's throwing me off. Because I couldn't do the speedrun trick to get all 3 on this boat path. But regardless, I would have needed to come to Far Outpost and come back if I wanted to. It's fine. We got this. I can just cut her out.
We literally have bump attack.
If I can.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is this one, because, like I said, I don't think we did ever come back for this. I don't remember us coming back.
There's not a shine. I will use a list and refresh my memory, but I swear I got everything else. Oh, son of a bitch. Wait, or do I have 3? No. God damn it. Hold on, I'm gonna have to fucking stop and cut and look at a list now. I'm fucking paranoid that I forget one in a fucking chapter. Damn it. This is me forgetting this game because it's been... I had all the shine sprites in my head while we were recording, and I was grabbing them all. I can go anywhere pretty quick. So I'm going to have to awkwardly now look at a list and see what I forgot to grab. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, what is your overall opinion on Hammerman? Because I think that badge does get a little bit too much hate. But with that said, Jumpman in general is usually better. However, in a few specific instances, Hammerman is not a bad badge to have. But I do get why a lot of people don't like that badge. Jumping in general is almost always better under almost any circumstance. And increasing your hammer damage slightly and losing your ability to jump is generally more of a detriment. However, in a casual playthrough, Hammerman can be super useful in specific circumstances, and a lot of people forget that a casual player might attempt slightly different options versus always having 100% super optimized builds for any specific thing ever, because a lot of stuff can basically be somewhat offset with your hammer if you're experimenting a little bit and if you're using your hammer to also deal some damage with an attack like Quake Hammer, which flips over a bunch of different enemies. So in a more casual playthrough, I could see a person actually using Hammerman versus a couple of enemies that they realized they could flip over. And in very select fights, that's not really that bad. Yes, your jumps generally far outclass your hammer, but you need to think about a casual perspective as well as a perspective with tons of hindsight and knowledge, and being able to use your hammer to deal slightly more damage when flipping enemies over is not that bad. So I don't think that's a weird use. I'm pretty sure that's stacked with Quake Hammer, since Quake Hammer technically does stack with other damage multipliers, so there is a case to be made about using Hammerman and Quake Hammer specifically to flip over a couple of enemies, especially if you realize you can run from fights in the pit once you see what a formation is. And in a more casual pit run, because you can flip over a bunch of enemies, you could get in a battle, run away, equip Hammerman, go back, Quake Hammer, and flip over a bunch of enemies, and that's not a bad idea. So I do think the badge has uses, but with setup and a little bit of hindsight, Jumpman is infinitely better, because jumps are generally infinitely better, especially when you use Spike Shield and Ice Power, and I will never contest that. Those badges make jumps super free, and I brought that up multiple times, and I used jumps in my Danger Mario run because I was familiar with the game and I knew what jumps were capable of, but I still think that Hammerman has a few casual applications that are not that bad. But Anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.